Imagine your child hasn't eaten for days. Would you steal? If the truth would destroy everything you love, would you lie? Most of us answer these questions with an immediate no. We walk through life with the absolute certainty that we already know who we are, but that self-image typically depends on favorable conditions. We identify with the version of ourselves that exists when there's money in the bank, food in the fridge, and a secure future. Relying on this untested identity is a dangerous deception. Until your basic security disappears, your true psychological and moral character remains hidden. Historical thinkers in ancient Greece often questioned this overconfidence. They looked at their easy surroundings and wondered if virtue was truly solid. One philosopher famously noted that people discussed the terror of sea storms while standing on the safety of the shore. They analyzed the mechanics of the waves without ever having been at sea. A merciful, easy existence tricks us into believing we are inherently good. We stand on dry land, shielded by luck, and mistake that safety for strength. This completely comfortable existence masks our true nature. We routinely confuse the privilege of our circumstances with actual, tested moral character. In 1914, as Europe marched into war, millions of young men eagerly volunteered for duty. They marched out with the absolute conviction that they were brave, patriotic, and fearless. They were certain their resolve was part of their identity. That pristine self-image met the immediate reality of trench warfare. The volunteers found themselves surrounded by explosions, mud, and disease. The person we imagine ourselves to be in peacetime rarely survives the transition into extreme pressure. True character fractures when it is forced to carry real weight. External analysis is useless until submerged in boiling water. Like a tea bag, you don't know what is inside until the temperature rises. Pressure doesn't invent heroism or corruption. It forces internal truth to the surface. As stress increases, behavioral variance grows wider. Whether the hot water comes as extreme hardship or the temptation of unchecked power, the result is the same. The mask of circumstance dissolves. For a case study of character tested by total deprivation, we can look to the Roman philosopher Epictetus. He was born into slavery. He possessed no human rights, no physical freedom, no control over his future. Total adversity stripped away everything superficial. In that vacuum, Epictetus discovered the one unbreakable asset he still possessed, his internal power of choice. Wisdom emerges from mastering the internal self, especially when the external world becomes impossible to control. Navigating life under the belief that you possess no deep flaws is far more dangerous than discovering the flaws themselves. Individuals who believe they are incapable of arrogance or cruelty are the first to break when real temptation arrives. Their certainty leaves them unprepared for the reality of their own weakness. Genuine humility requires a difficult admission. We do not fully know what we are capable of, for good or for bad. Releasing the illusion of moral perfection allows us to replace judgment with genuine compassion. We begin to understand the circumstances that lead to human failure. Discard the idea that your identity is finished. Certainty is the enemy of growth. View character as a perishable skill. It is a habit that demands daily proof through action. Eventually, you reach a moment where no one is watching, and acting on principle becomes deeply expensive. In that isolation, you meet your real self. When life finally strips away your comfort, who will you become?